When you go and take the PTE exam, you're going to be given markers to take notes. But what if the markers didn't have any ink in them? That would affect you, right? What about the keyboard? What if the keyboard had keys that just kept getting stuck? That would also affect you, right? Now, those things have actually happened before in the past, but fortunately, you can actually raise the issues to the staff members, and hopefully, they have another computer or markers to give you. However, the same thing cannot be said when it comes to the microphone. Now, a couple months back, I made a video talking about the Andrea microphone. What I noticed about the Andrea microphone was that it was picking up the speaking differently from the Plantronics microphone. And based on the comments that people have left in that video, you have experienced the same thing. And finally, after 3 attempts, I got to use the Andrea microphone. In this video, I'm going to share with you my opinion on what I think are the differences between these two microphones based on my experience. And then I'll tell you where I got the mics, like which test center is using which mic. And hopefully you can do the same thing. Drop that in the comments below so others will know which microphones to expect when they go and take their exam. So y'all ready for this? Let's get into it. First of all, with the Plantronics mic, it seems like it is more sensitive. That's why you have probably already heard that we should not place the mic too close to our mouths, right? So for me, myself, I usually place it below the chin. Now, I don't really have a specific preference on where you should place the mic. I usually tell people above the nose or below the chin, but basically away from the air passage. Because once again, this mic seems to be more sensitive, so it will pick up your breathing. So place it away from the air passage so you don't sound like a thirsty dog on the microphone. Now, as for the Andrea mic, this mic does not seem to be as sensitive. So placing the microphone, the Andrea microphone, in the same position as you would the Plantronics, above the nose or below the chin, the scores have been coming back horribly low. I have seen people go from 90 to 50 real quick. And from the comments you have left, it seems like you have experienced the same thing too. So that's why we had to try something different with this microphone. Now, the easiest thing we can do is just to change the position. And that's what I wanted to test. Now, after 3 attempts, I finally got the Andrea microphone. But even before that, I have already been finding success with my students by placing the microphone closer to the mouth. Closer, because it's not as sensitive. So our scores have gone back up to over 79, even 90, by placing the microphone closer to the mouth. And I wanted to test that for myself, and I finally got the chance to. And with that said, now first of all, these microphones, the Andrea microphones, they are a piece of shit. They are flimsy and they are cheap. Anyways, I placed the mic on the side of my mouth. Okay, not directly in front of the air passage and not above the nose, not below the chin. It was closer to the mouth and it got picked up normally. So that is my recommendation. So from what I noticed, I believe the Plantronics are more sensitive. The Andrea microphone, less sensitive. So if you place it too far from the mouth, it is not picking up your voice properly. Get familiar with what these two headsets look like so you will know exactly what to do with whichever one you get when you get to the exam center. If you prefer one headset over another, then you gotta ask around. Ask to see what the test centers are using in your area. Now, as far as Sydney goes, I took this at 2 different test centers trying to get the Andrea microphone. Tried it 3 times. The first one was at Sydney Olympic Park. The first time they gave me the Plantronics. So of course, afterwards, I booked it again in Parramatta. And again, Parramatta also gave me Plantronics. So we booked it one more time back at Sydney Olympic Park. This time, we got the Andrea microphone. Now this time I also noticed that it looked like they switched it all out. It looked like all the headsets were Andrea microphones. So you might have a higher chance of getting that if you go to Sydney Olympic Park. Which microphone did you get when you took the exam? Drop it in the comments below. Hopefully we can help somebody out in the community so they know what to expect when they get to that test center. Now, on a side note, in Parramatta, the exam center, the staff members there, they were respectful. They didn't shout at you, they didn't yell at you. They just did their jobs And the environment felt relaxed. You didn't really feel like somebody was trying to intimidate you. On the other hand, in Olympic Park, Sydney Olympic Park, that's not the same. Both times, there's some guy in there just constantly yelling at people, trying to give instructions, but in a very intimidating way, like they're better than you, screaming and shouting all the time. Now, I don't know why he does that. I have no idea. I did see a wedding ring on his finger though, so maybe, just maybe, his wife beats his ass at home. So you gotta understand, he gets bullied at home by his wife. There you have it. I hope the information was helpful. Next time you take your exam, be prepared. Know where to place that microphone, depending on the microphone that you get, right? Remember to check out my other tutorials. Drop a like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.